Hello and welcome. Today we've got Mark Attwood and his students, and we are going to be discussing how the viewers can monetize and take complete power and sovereign. Now, just before we begin, you can subscribe to our Telegram channels and to nicholasveniamin.com for my free email updates. And if you're watching this for the first time on YouTube, I will leave the link below in the description for the full interview. Mark, thank you for joining me, and the students, thank you all for joining me. And I'd like to start with Mark Attwood. How are you and what have you been up to? I see you have a very interesting project here, if you'd like to fill us in.
Hi, Nick. Good to see you again. Well, you know, you and I started your YouTube channels about at the same time, and you've done an amazing job at pulling in loads of guests. And I went down a slightly different route, and I was really into the spirituality and the health side of things. Plus, I've been going through my own stuff because I've got 5 kids. I manage a business, got a YouTube channel. So I'm a part-time YouTuber. But about 2 months ago, I was racking my head thinking, how can I bring more to the table? How can I help more people? And one of the things that's really amazed me about how they've managed to pull the whole pandemic off is that they've had people really reliant upon the state, suckling on the nipple of the state in handouts. And they've been putting businesses out of business. People have been losing their jobs because they don't want to get that. And I was like, well, what do I really know about? So for the last 25 years, I've been an internet marketer. I was an internet marketing pioneer in the UK. I've been teaching internet marketing for 13 years or so. And I've brought out books and courses on it. And I thought, I got this message basically to say, launch a course to teach people how to use the assets of the internet to take information that's already in their head and create a new income stream by monetizing it, by teaching people how to get over their issues with money, by teaching them about SEO, by teaching them how to write a book or a PDF or a course very, very quickly. And, I was kind of like, really, have I got to do that now? And I did. I launched it. We got 180 students. We filmed it over 6 weeks as a live thing. I ended up doing 20 hours of lectures and 10 hours of case studies. It's an online members area now. And instead of me trying to pitch it at anybody, I thought it'd be good if we invited some of the students on so they could explain what this course has done for them so far.
Well,
because what we're offering your listeners is the chance to sign up to a free webinar where we teach what this is really about. And I've given you the link and people can sign up for that, and we'll email them in the next week or so when that's live. But, I thought get the students on, let them talk about what it's done instead of me waffling.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for that. And also it's a fantastic idea in a time like this where we have to create, independence and make our own money, monetize, because we just cannot rely with the controllers of this world with what's happening now. Now, it's fantastic that you've brought everyone here. Now, can you give me an example of what type of things someone may have in their minds that has come into fruition of monetizing, please? Before, or is that something that the students would like to talk about? So I know what, let's go. I'm going to go one by one, and you can all give me your experience with how you felt, with how the course went with you and what you had in your mind and how it worked for you. So Maya, let's go first with you, if that's okay. So thank you for joining us. And if you could tell us what you think and your experience, please.
Thank you. Well, I'm a homeschooling parent. I've been homeschooling for a number of years. So I was very fortunate. It was like a serendipitous thing that led me into Mark's course. Didn't have a clue what I could do from home financially, anything. And when I realized that the knowledge I've gained over the last few years of homeschooling, I could now help a lot of people who perhaps are considering homeschooling. That's what I've done. And I have got lots of limiting beliefs, not technical, but through Mark's, it's almost like hand holding, but teaching you to do it independently. So if you're terrified of marketing or you've got limiting beliefs, anything you have in your head, any knowledge or life experience, with his tools and his guidance, and it's fantastic guidance, you can learn the marketing, how to start a YouTube channel, create a document, an ebook, a guidebook to help other people, and in time, obviously, build on that and build a business. So no matter where you are, what your age, you can do this. Or if you don't feel you're technical, don't be afraid to give it a go, because the guidance is second to none. It's I've never known anything like it, and you won't regret it. And it's the best thing I've ever done. And I can see a future of building on this knowledge now and building a business, and I'm really excited about it. And the team is fantastic and the support is fantastic. So don't hesitate, and honestly, it's changed my life. Thank you.
Okay, and Maya, I've got a question for you. So what idea did you have and how did it help you monetize? If you don't mind going into more detail with that.
Well, I had a few ideas. I obviously have experience. It was very much about the experiences you've had in your life. I've experienced with homeschooling. I've got experience with like anxiety and mindset stuff, and I'm interested in that as well. So it was really finding what I felt most comfortable and had most knowledge on, and then turning that into information products, really information to, you know, like I created a free guide, and then I've started a YouTube channel, you know, giving people my experiences and how I can help them so they're not so overwhelmed on their homeschooling journey. But there's no way I could have done any of that if I didn't have the guidance and the tools that Mark's teaching us. He makes it possible. I mean, he'll tell you, I was terrified of starting a YouTube channel. I love it now. So it's a great feeling. It really is.
Absolutely. I've heard many things about Mark, and he has a very entrepreneurial background. And a lovely gentleman, Lee Hemington, was the one that was telling me about the wonderful Mark. Now, Clea, I'm going to move on to you. If you could tell us as well how it's benefited you, how it was, what the experience was like for you, and what industry ideas you've got in your mind that allowed you to start monetizing, please.
Sure. I have a varied background, but mostly finance, real estate, etc. As you probably noticed, the world has turned upside down in the last year and a half. And therefore, obviously, my industry, like many other industries, has been impacted. So I was here thinking, okay, what do I do with all of this now? I can't travel. I can't do anything. And then I ran into Mark's course, and it was very serendipitous. And I'm thanking my higher guides, my guides, for letting me know about that, because the fact is it solved a huge problem. Now I can leverage something that I am good at. For example, I've had experience with narcissistic abuse. I've overcome it. So now I teach people how to deal with that, how to survive it. But also, for example, one thing about me is that I'm quite fearless in many ways. And guess what we're seeing out there on the planet right now? Everyone is scared. Both sides of the aisle, the awake ones and the ones that are not so awake, everybody's scared of something. And so now I'm preparing a product to teach people, an information product to teach people how to deal with fear. Because the problem with fear is that we don't name it. So everybody is scared of this one thing we don't want to look at. And I think this would be very beneficial. And that's what it means when you monetize what's in your head. These are things you already know. You don't have to learn about these things. These are things that come natural to you, but that other people might be struggling with. So I'm very grateful for Mark's course. It really is changing lives.
Well, that's fantastic, Clea, because you're not just monetizing it's very patriotic as well when we're speaking about fear and reducing fear and educating the people. Monique, I'm going to move on to you. Hello, welcome. If you could tell us as well how your experience was and what idea it was that you're monetizing and how you found the course for yourself.
Well, I'm not really a student. I've been working with Mark since December of last year. So I'm coordinating, I'm helping with all the technical support. I'm running it all with Mark. And I have to say, it's been an amazing experience with the 100. Well, we have about a third of the students that are really active in the Telegram group and on all the webinars that we've done, all the course modules that we've done. And there's a fair representation of these people right here. So these are also the people who really run with it and have products ready now. Mm-hmm. So, they can start helping. One of the things that's happened is that all the people there are actually patriots. They're all people that are providing services and products that are really going to help people in this period as well. We've got Mia homeschooling, we've got Clea narcissistic abuse, we've got body wisdom, we've got fantastic healers in the group that have all come together or helping each other, but are also going to really help the wider world. And we just hope that we can bring more people into our community that are going to do the same thing, so that literally we are building a microcosm of the new world that we're going to, right? With all the tools and all the knowledge and all the experience that we need to make that a success.
Absolutely. That sounds wonderful, Monique. Do you want to just go through with me the course modules that you have available on the webinar and the course, please?
Yeah, sure. So there's a total of 6 modules. Now, I'm going to need some of the people here to help me remember exactly what they are. But sort of the first module really deals with instantly with mindset, which was hugely important. And I think for me, who'd worked with Mark for 9 months, was mind-blowing, because there's some techniques in there that will literally just burst you open. And if you start following the tools that Mark gives you, it could almost instantly change your mind. I know that for me, just one of those steps just changed everything in terms of manifesting. And I've been trying to work with the law of attraction for several years, and it just never worked. And then I won't give it away, Mark, but Mark just gave one nugget to change it, and that was it. I was like, oh my God, this makes so much sense. Okay. And then that module also goes into keyword research, and then literally every module builds on the previous one. So once we have the keyword research done, we're looking at the product and how to write that really quickly. Once that's done, which was the second module I seem to remember, then we build the sales page, then we build the sequence of apps that you need to get it out. We look at how we can find other people to help us sell our products. We've got loads of case studies as well with each of the modules with some of the students. So live interviews, interactions with Mark, where Mark is really picking apart what they've already done. So, everybody else can learn from that as well. And then the last one is a final Q&A, which is about 2.5 hours long, I think, where people literally could ask any questions that they're still not clear on. We've got text sessions. There's so much information in this course that you literally, I'd say it's about 30 hours of recordings. And to me, it's a business in a box. It literally gives you everything you need from start to finish to start selling online and make it a success, as fast as possible.
Right. Sounds amazing, because you're also building a community where people can talk to each other as well, which is a great thing. And you're all patriots. We're all awake. And this is what this was all about, is coming together and building a new system, a new system of monetizing. I hear many people leaving their industries because they're so corrupt, and they want to find honest ways to serve humanity. So it's fantastic. Thank you very much, Monique. Debbie, I'm going to move on to you. Hello, welcome. Could you please tell us about your experience and how it's added value to you, and what your business industry is?
Well, I was originally a nurse clinician who did mental health for a long time, and I quit that corrupt area, speaking of corruption. And I, found Mark online, and yourself as well. And my focus has always been to help people and serve people. And it's exactly taking what I've experienced, which is also similar to Clea, which is I was in a relationship with a very dark person, a narcissist. And so taking the information that I had in terms of mental health and what I've learned with that, and also using that to help others that have been in toxic relationships. And my area, is also energy healing, and how to heal people from the trauma. And also on a large scale, like there's so many of these dark entities that are controlling our governments and so on. And there's when people really wake up, there's going to be so much need for healing. And I've been helping people with this focus and healing for a number of years. So I've taken Mark's course and his expertise and skills, and something that I'm not used to at all. I've now have a guide to go through how to, which is free, how to heal you from narcissistic abuse. And I've also written an ebook. And now I'm going to focus on sessions, which I already do, which is, myself as the tool to help others, in the new world, as Monique was describing. So Mark's course is honestly fantastic. I'm certainly not a technical person. Some of these things that I've learned are way out of my comfort zone, and the community and Mark and Monique, like the way that it's presented and the support that you have, it's phenomenal, really. Like, I've taken many courses, and this is honestly, it's the best course I've been in. And what he's doing for the world, like anybody can take this information and you can become your own person, your own sovereign person, to stand in your own power. You don't need a job with somebody. So he can also take this with the people that I'm helping and use, his course they can take this course to become, out of their situation financially and otherwise. Anyway, can't say enough about it, honestly.
Right. Well, Debbie, thank you very much. It sounds very valuable what you're saying. There's nothing like being a sovereign, and we need more spiritual healing in this world,
Yes.
because we need to unravel everything the cabal has done. But thank you so much, Debbie. Alexander, I'm going to move on to you. Hello and welcome. It's so good to have you. Could you also please tell us as well about your experience with this course and what, business industry you're in?
Sure, Nick. I really want to make the point with the course. One thing that's very special about this, it really is from a 5D perspective. One, you have people helping you. So I've been trying to make money for years online, and especially in marketing. And it's not that there are marketing courses that give very similar information in some areas, but you just there you go, off you go, and good luck with it. And usually there's bits missing as well. What you have here, one, you have people in the group who are willing to help people who are getting stuck in areas, as well as there's continual overlap from Mark and Monique trying to get an idea where people are at and which module are they stuck in. And it's not a case of embarrassment. Oh my gosh, I haven't got out of module 1 yet, and you guys have made a product. You're encouraged just to be open, and then we can help you. If you're stuck on the main thing about this course is you can always go back. If there's an area you didn't cover so well, and maybe it's right at the beginning, you didn't do that ground mindset work. So things aren't coming to you the way they should do. So maybe you have to go right back to the beginning, but it's all there for you. And so for me, I've been trying to do things for years online, and like many people, and being stuck I've been awake for about 30 odd years, and you get into a mental rut and fatigue and procrastination. And, we don't, people like me, I think we don't do very well in this modern matrix, and with this course, finally, Mark got me to get my ass off my ground, and just did everything that I had to do. So my knowledge comes from martial arts, and along my path, mainly I've been doing Aikido, which is a body conditioning art. It's not really a martial art. And I found that there was missing knowledge in the art that never made it to the mainstream. And this goes for all Japanese martial arts. They kept, after the Second World War, they gave out the techniques, but they kept back the secrets. all the masters got together and they had to decide, are we going to share everything we know to these Americans? What are we going to do here? And this knowledge is very special. This knowledge, it's called immortality training in China. And you can add 10, 20 years to your life, your quality of life, your vitality. And your bone marrow can be that of a 30-year-old when you're in your 90s. And these are very sedentary exercises that anyone could do. My grandmother could do it. And the point is, there's an example of something I knew about that I wanted to share. I didn't know how. And with going through the course, I was just fired up. I just started making these videos. And I went outside, and within a few days, I'd made a whole bunch of live classes, and I just put up the course. And so within this period, I have a product. I have about 4 or 5 members. It's the start. And I have about 30, 40 that are trying it out. So it's something started. I've never made money before. So the fact that there's something coming in, even if it's just a few dollars, it's a start. So I can't emphasize enough about this course. And the last thing I wanted to say was, this is about mind, body, and the big part is the spirit. That goes for my course as well, when you combine that spiritual knowledge into the body knowledge. And it's very much the case with the marketing course. This is getting help in all realms of your, you have support in all areas when you do this with 5D mentality. And there should be no reason you fail. He's built it that if you follow the process, you cannot fail. And if you are failing somewhere, there's somewhere back in there that you're not doing something right, and there's people to help. Yeah.
Thank you very much. And that is a very important point, because the procedures to take to get to where you want to be isn't driven by the old cabal mentality where it's all about money and, if they fail, then they can only retake it once again, or they've got to start again, or do you know what I mean? So this is a very patriotic community where we act like family and we help each other, but at the same time, we're sovereign beings. And that's fantastic. And that's what we need. Now, thank you very much, Alexander, for sharing that with us. Lorraine is
Nick, Nick, can I?
Yes.
It's worth thank you everybody that's spoken so far. It's amazing to hear this kind of feedback. But it's worth pointing out, we only finished this course about a week ago. So 180 people started, and it took 6 weeks to make the course, and it was filmed live. And everybody in the course is at different stages. So Alexander's just started putting stuff out and just started monetizing stuff. But what I want to make clear is that, as the guys have said, we're there to support. I love these students. I love seeing people putting out good messages, because every single time they put something out there, it's countering all the bad stuff that's out there, because they've been using marketing against us for years. I mean, I spent 30 years wondering why I'm in the field of marketing. Now I understand it, because I'm empowering these people with all the knowledge that I've had, because this is, I've made hundreds of millions of dollars online for my own businesses and for other businesses. I'm distilling all of that 25 years experience into 30 hours, well, 20 hours plus case studies, right? And giving people a very, very clear path without confusing it, because internet marketing is extremely confusing because you keep going down cul-de-sacs. And these guys are all at different levels with that, and they're all doing brilliantly. So I just wanted to interject and make the viewers understand that this course has literally just been recorded, which is why we're going to do a webinar for your viewers where we explain some of these things in more detail, which everybody's free to sign up to.
Okay, thank you, Mark. Lorraine, it's lovely to meet you. Welcome. If you could also tell us about your business industry that you're in, and what is it exactly that you would like to project with this program, and also your experience.
Yes, thank you, Nicholas. So I took this, the minute I saw Mark's video about this course, I knew I wanted to participate. My backstory is I developed a serious medical condition in my early 20s and became disabled. And as a result of that, I've struggled with how to make money where I can be home and market. And in the early days, of course, we didn't have the internet. And so I wanted, when I saw this course, over the years, I've taken courses, I've studied, and the dis-ease became my greatest teacher and propelled me into the world of mind, body, spirit medicine, which is my knowledge. It's what I have in my head. It's what I immersed myself in to heal myself. But along the way, I started working with clients. Well, now we're in this weird environment where we can't see people because nobody wants to touch anybody. And it made it very challenging to integrate. So I saw this course. I've been watching Mark and you and other patriotic spiritual channels for quite some time. And I knew that this would bridge whatever that gap was that I had. Most people that are spiritual have a real struggle with the internet, and marketing is such a challenge to move through. And so I knew this was in my heart, in my gut, in my inner knowing, this was the avenue to help me get through that block. And so I have a vast 40 years of knowledge of the allopathic world and the naturopathic world and the spirit healing world. And I am now creating a course that will teach people to do their own self-assessment. So even if they have to interface with the allopathic world, they have foundational knowledge of their body, because nobody knows our body better than we do, that they can then go be empowered, be sovereign, and not be told, be a co-collaborator with their health and wellness. And my goal is to empower people to do that. So I'm creating a course, and I had never thought about doing that until Mark in one of his modules said, create a course. You know, this is what you're here to do. And we all have knowledge and information. And my goal is, as we move forward into our 5D world, to be of service. I want to, most of us in the program, in the course, want to be helping other people. And so Mark has created an avenue for us to be able to do that easily, clearly, and with the support of Monique on the back end, helping us every step of the way in the Telegram channel, every day, helping answer our questions, because we have a lot of them. Marketing is a very strange animal, and internet marketing is quite interesting. So Mark is guiding us through all the tools and techniques and processes to get ourselves out there, and encouraging us to just take a leap of faith and jump. And that's what we're all doing with it's like having cheerleaders saying, go, go, go. And we're doing it. And, we may stumble and fall. We may, stub our toes, but we're given the tools to do it and the support along the way.
Well, Lorraine, thank you very much. I think it's very exciting that we're all finding our missions, because we're taking patriotic positions to serve humanity, as well as monetizing and learning how to be sovereign and take that power away from the cabal. So thank you very much. Spirituality is very important. It's something that we need to unravel within ourselves. The medical system does not recognize that. They think they put it down as craziness and mental homes and stuff like that. But there's an avenue there that we need to unravel. It's being closed and suppressed from us. So Lorraine, thank you very, very much. Joe, thank you for waiting. You're our last one, Joe Gifford. Would you like to tell us about your experience with the course and also your business industry? Thank you.
Yes, thanks, Nicholas. I'm a healer and a light language channel and a life coach. And I have been in practice for quite a number of years. And I'm in Australia, so we are in severe lockdown here. So I've lost all of my face-to-face clients. And when I came across the course, I thought, great, here's a venue for me to continue to work, plus also to get my knowledge out there, to get my information out there. And the funny thing was, I thought I was going to be just talking in English. I was just going to be talking about inner child healing, healing the wounds that are within us. And one day in the middle of making one of my videos, my beings came through and channeled through me in light language. And they told me that I was to use Mark's system, which is incredibly efficient, to actually get my knowledge and the light language out there into people that would never have normally seen it. So they are really behind me on this, which was very surprising. I thought I was just going to be talking how I normally do, giving information. So it will bring another level of healing to people who would not normally get that level of healing on a soul level and a heart level. So I have learned so much in this course. I haven't used my brain in that way for a long time. And it was a steep learning curve for me. And I would fall into bed each night after spending, 8 hours working on this stuff. So proud of myself for having learned this new information, implemented. So it did a lot for my self-confidence and also helped me do things like this, talk in front of lots of different people. So I'm just so amazed and so grateful for the opportunity of participating in this wonderful exercise.
Well, Joe, thank you very, very much. And I think you're all doing a fantastic job. And I'm so honored to interview all of you to find more about this course and what the great job Mark Attwood is doing. The first time I ever interviewed Mark Attwood, I think it was one of the last times I interviewed him, was when I had about under 1,000 subscribers, wasn't it, Mark?
Yeah, I remember those days. That was before we had loads of hate thrown at us.
So I want to say a big thank you. It's a fantastic idea with what Mark is doing. Mark, is there anything else that you'd like to tell the students, me, and the viewers who are listening as well, additionally?
Well, the courses, if they come on the webinar, we're going to go into more detail about all of these different modules and aspects so people can really understand what they're getting into. The course is we charge for the course, but if people are really in financial dire straits, I do offer scholarships as well, because I think it's really important that we don't hold people back from this. So the kind of attitude I have is that if you can afford it, pay for it. If you really can't afford it, then we'll consider getting you on a scholarship, as long as you promise to do the work that's in here. And it's really for people that just want to take what's in my head and turn it into something powerful for them, because what I'm seeing and what's been amazing, as you can see from the people that we've had on here, is that it's not just changing their lives, but the work that they're doing is having a massively positive effect on the people that consume their information as well. And that's what this is really about. And it's thank you very much for chatting to us all today, Nick, and thank you everybody for coming on and saying such lovely things. And anybody watching this, just sign up for the webinar and we'll tell you much more about it. And then you can make a decision about whether it's going to help you in your life.
Absolutely. Well, guys, thank you very much. If there's anything that anybody else wants to say, please raise your hand now. No? Okay. Well, it's been fantastic. Thank you for sharing that. And Lorraine, please.
I just wanted to add that no matter what your situation is, this course will help you discover more about you and help you get out in the world and become completely free. And that's what we all want.
It's fantastic. Honestly, it's a great thing. I couldn't think of anything better. This is amazing. This is about, and the thing is, you're meeting more patriots, you're meeting more like-minded people, and we're creating a community, a working community, one where we're serving humanity, and we're also taking that power back from the cabal, where we're able to monetize, so that we can get, to get through in life. And this is fantastic. So Mark Attwood, thank you very, very much for what you're doing. And we'll speak again very, very soon. And God bless you all. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Thank you, Nick.
Hi,
Bye,
thank
Nick.
you.